I missed my flight because I had to pee, and now I'm stuck in Europe. I just hope I make it back in time to spend Christmas with my grandma. After the World Cup, my buddy Carlos and I had a layover at London Heathrow.
Did you check your bag in?
Yeah, just let me go pee real quick.
But we're about to board. How could you wait till the last minute for this?
I swear I'll be back in 2 seconds. And, sometimes things just don't go as planned. My body totally betrayed me, and I didn't just go for a quick pee, if you know what I mean. And it obviously took way longer than expected. Carlos, I'm back. Carlos? Carlos? No! After a very dramatic crying session over my terrible luck, I realized that being stuck in Europe wasn't the worst thing that could happen. Yet, I thought, okay, I'm here anyway. Might as well do some sightseeing before heading back to my family for Christmas. Guess we're not in the swamp anymore, Shrek. I saw a pedicab pass by, and it reminded me of how, as a kid, I'd always wanted to ride one. And, it wasn't that great, I don't know if it's just the English way, but the driver seemed super grumpy all the time. Still, I enjoyed the ride, until we reached the destination and the guy pulled a fast one on me. Can you believe it?
That'll be £160, mate.
What? That's more than what I have in my wallet.
Don't worry, hop back in.
I thought my little adventure on the other side of the world was going to end in tragedy and make this the gloomiest Christmas ever for my family. But this guy just took me to an ATM to get the full amount. That's when I realized I'd already blown way too much cash on little luxuries and barely had enough left for my ticket home. And to make it worse, flight prices had shot up like crazy the next day, with so many people traveling back home for the holidays, so my return began to look further and further away. I had no choice but to find a temporary job there to save up and buy my ticket back as soon as possible to see my dear grandma. Sweeping? Sure, but sweeping in Europe, baby. Can't beat that. With what I earned on my first day, I managed to pay for a bed in a super modest hostel. Although I had a feeling it wasn't exactly family-friendly. Buenos mañanas. ¿Cuál piso?
Tua.
Perdóneme?
Tua.
Pero ¿cómo?
Tua.
I don't understand muy bien.
Tua.
Okay, no need to get mad. The hostel was so cheap that the hot water didn't even work. I should add, it was negative 14 degrees, so don't you dare say I can't handle it. What would you have done? But since the sink water was a little warmer, I had to resort to a simple foolproof trick. Hey, even though I'm not back home yet, I haven't forgotten the good habits my family taught me. And that's gold. Miss you, Grandma.
You better be back on time, you little shit.
The next day, I was starving, but a direct flight back to my country was almost £500. And since burgers and fries only cost $5, guess who kept making bad decisions? But I'm not that irresponsible, because with the money I had left, I bought a slightly cheaper ticket that'd get me a little bit closer to home.
Welcome to Edinburgh, where wearing a kilt isn't just a fetish anymore.
Excuse me, sir, do you know where I can catch a bus around here?
You're American, right?
I think so.
Then what you need is a tour of the castle. You'll love it.
But I'm on a tight budget, can't spend anymore.
We accept credit cards. 12 months, no interest. And there's a restaurant outside with street food for tourists craving a taste of the new world.
Honestly, I didn't understand half the language, but since I probably won't come back to Europe, I gave in. Grandma, I swear I'm almost there. Don't eat turkey and ham without me. Oh, really? You guys think that's scary?
Watch it, kid. Don't they fear the dead where you're from?
Fear? Haha. Want to know how and with what my ancestors made pan de muerto back home? Okay, I exaggerated the recipe and story a bit, but I'm pretty sure my little lie will bring in a bunch of tourists, so you're welcome, Mr. President. And that's how you make traditional pan de muerto. Well, at least we didn't go all crazy telling people that the earth was flat, but anyways. That day, I got another job. But they didn't pay me fairly because the owner got mad when I told her tacos and quesadillas aren't the same thing. I'd love to say my problems ended with my last layover, but that wasn't the case. My flight got delayed because of bad weather, and I had to sleep in a terrible place since I was completely broke. And then the worst thing that can happen to a foreigner happened. Just when I thought all hope was lost, a kind soul appeared. He told me his restaurant was doing great, and seeing me there, looking so pitiful, reminded him of his early days as a chef. He loaned me enough money to buy a ticket for the last flight back home. And here I am, just a few hours away from reuniting with my family to celebrate Christmas. This time, nothing will stop me. I really shouldn't have eaten that food cooked by rats.